What's going on YouTube? Welcome to episode 185 of the U.S.S. Enterprise D tutorial. I'm Zero Elite and I just want to thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. If you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, helping me in supporting the channel. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. I'll have a link in the description below. Right now I'm doing a contest, so be sure to submit your videos on Discord under the Enterprise D video showcase tab. Basically trying to get the community involved to submit your clips of the Enterprise D so I can try to get a full tour together, since I did lose my save file of this build. So if you want to get some more information on that, be sure to join the Discord and click on the Enterprise D showcase tab. But anyway, let's go ahead, kick back, relax, and jump right into it. We've got about a 19-minute episode today. And we're going to be picking up right where we left off. Part 2 of the Big Goodbye holodeck. So we have a nice base to work off of here, but we're going to start to add in some things to try to make this feel a little bit more lively. I think one thing that we're going to end up doing here is we're going to add a street coming in, because I want to make this feel a little bit more like a town if we can. So I think what we're going to try to do is try to add in a little bit more detailing in our buildings today, as well as get like a nice street going in the middle of this room that we've created. And we're kind of strapped for space, so I think what we'll do is we're going to have it look like the road is kind of going directly underneath two buildings, and kind of like there's a tunnel that goes underneath them. I think that'll look pretty cool. No, I was very happy with how this part of the build came out. Like I was telling you guys in the last episode, I don't tend to scrap builds when I'm working on something. Like if it doesn't come out the way I want it to, like I'll just keep working at it and working at it until it comes out the way that I want. But in this case, when I originally built this room for the holodeck, I had it on another deck. This was before I had established my decking, and I also just hated how it came out. And I'm very happy that I decided to do that, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have ended up with the room that we have now. Sometimes, you know, if something's not coming out the way that you want it, and you're just spinning your wheels, and there's nothing that you can do to get around it and fix it, and you just know that it's wrong, you know what? It sucks making that decision sometimes, but sometimes you just got to do it, you know? You just got to bite the bullet and try to learn from your mistakes and try to make it come out a little bit better. And that's all I've tried to do here. You know, I think the mistakes that I made working on the original Big Goodbye holodeck, I learned a thing or two, and I think we'll be in much better shape because of it. So right now we're just trying to make like a nice facade, so it looks like that there's a tunnel that we go into. We really can't do anything more than that, because if we go any further back than this little square, then we'll be going into our corridor. It doesn't look like much now, but when we add the road in there, it will make a lot more sense. And even the buildings themselves, we're going to add in windows and some pinstriping just to make them look a little bit nicer. And to come to life a little bit more, because right now they just kind of look like just freestanding blocks. You can see I didn't delete all the access here from one of the extra holodecks that we didn't use. And I'm not going to delete all of it. I'm just going to delete enough room to do what I need to do. Now, if you wanted to, you could totally come back and clear out all this access to add in some rooms, because we are going to at least build the facade for the building for Detective Dick's office, but we're not going to build out the office itself. We're just going to do the facade for it. But you should have just enough room to where if you wanted to do that, you definitely could. But this is just, honestly, this has been such a fun build to work on this specific part on the tutorial, because one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I haven't seen anybody else really do it. And if they have, then I haven't come across the video on YouTube. But any videos that I have seen people do of next generation era ships that have a holodeck, I've never seen one where they built it out where it's supposed to be an active holodeck. Because you could somebody could say, I'm like, well, this room doesn't fit with the rest of the ship because it's like 1930s setting. Well, that's the point. We're building holodeck based off of that episode, The Big Goodbye. And I think that if you're a Star Trek fan, then you'll absolutely just eat this up. And this is just some of the stuff that I've been talking about when I'm doing any tutorial video, that you look for the moments and the things that you can add from either the shows or the movies that's going to tie in to your ship, so that this way, when you're going through the ship yourself, or you're doing a tour of it and showing people, any like-minded people that know about Star Trek, they'll see this and they'll be like, oh, okay, that was from that episode or that movie. And it'll help connect the two together. You know what I mean? And I honestly love stuff like this, because this gives us the opportunity to be a little bit more creative. Because especially like when you do the shipbuildings themselves, it can be monotonous at times, because you're doing a lot of the same things in the beginning. You're building your corridors, you're building your bridge, you're building your engine room, and yeah, there's going to be some slight variation to that. But it's important. It's important to kind of add a little bit of extra flavor to it, and try to flex your what's the word I'm looking for? Flex your building muscles to try to come up with something that may be a little bit more unique and also fun to do. And it honestly sucks. Look, every time I do commentary now for the Enterprise D, it breaks my heart a little bit, because I had so much more that I wanted to do with this ship, and it's crazy that we're only going to go up to episode, I think. Yeah, we're only going up to episode 188. So after today, we've only actually got 3 more episodes of the Enterprise D, and then that's it. So those of you that want to take part in helping me out and trying to come up and posting your clips of your Enterprise D that you built from this tutorial, please help me out and go on the Discord and post your videos, because I really need your guys' help in doing that, so I can try to get a full tour video together. So this way, new people coming across the YouTube channel, they can see this and they'll get a nice representation of what the finished tutorial is going to look like. And I'll be making sure that anybody that's selected within this is going to be getting a huge shout out on YouTube. And I might even, honestly, if you have YouTube channels, put it this way, anybody that ends up having their video or a clip submitted, I'll be reaching out to you to see if you do have like a YouTube channel or anything like that where you post your own builds, because I'll be giving you guys such a huge shout out, because if you guys can help me out with that, it's really going to help this tutorial a lot, because I think having that finished tour will really help people decide on if they want to get into this build or not. So far so good as far as doing the tutorials and doing it in that way. I've had a pretty positive response from people joining YouTube. I keep hearing over and over again that people are just loving the tutorials and very happy with how it's coming out. So if you guys can help me out and post a couple of your clips on that tab on Discord, so I can try to get a full tour together, it'll help grow my channel even more. So I'm really looking forward to being able to put that together. And then after the Enterprise D, we've got Voyager coming up. Now, I have been talking about this. I am going to be taking a slight break after the Enterprise D, because you got to understand, I've been working on this ship now. I want to say it's going like on a 1.5 years, and it's crazy. This is the biggest build I have ever done in any video game ever. I've never spent this much time on a single build trying to develop it. And I'm not burnt out on Minecraft, but I think that it's important to take breaks here and there and recharge your batteries. So this way, when you come back to it, you have your creative juices are recharged and you're just ready to jump right into it. And that's really what I want to give to Voyager. I want, when I do build that ship, I want to be able to give it everything that I have. Now, another thing about Voyager is that it's not going to be nearly as long as the Enterprise D tutorial was because of the scale of the Enterprise D. And Voyager is a fraction of the size, so I'm honestly expecting Voyager to fall somewhere in between the time frame that it took us to build the Cerritos, or maybe even the Disco Era Enterprise. But with that being said, I've learned a thing or two from doing this tutorial, so I'm hoping to try to shave some of that time down just a little bit. But we'll have to play it by ear. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking a break, not going away or anything like that. So anybody that says that, it's not true. But yeah, definitely going to be taking a short break. I haven't decided how long yet. I'm taking into account we're going right into the holidays. And I've got a couple of things coming up at the end of the year. So I might end up taking, after this episode, I might take the rest of the year off, which really isn't that much, just over a month. Or I might end up at least taking November off and then start working on Voyager in December. I haven't really decided yet. I'm just going to play it by ear and kind of see what happens with it. But you're going to see that shift as far as my YouTube goes, where each tutorial series is going to be kind of divided up, or not divided up, but each tutorial series is going to be established as its own season, and we'll be taking short breaks in between each season to give me a chance to work up new content, take a break, anything else I need to do or whatever. But this is really just the tip of the iceberg as far as stuff that we're going to be coming out with in the future. We've got other cool stuff coming up, not even just counting Voyager. Don't forget, we're slowly creeping up on 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 721. So, I mean, it is going to happen sooner rather than later, but when we hit 1,000, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the Enterprise A retrofit. Refit, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but it's going to be a refit to the refit that I made a couple of years ago. And I put a couple of discussion episodes up so you guys can see what that's going to turn out like. But I think it'll be a little bit of a better Enterprise A than what we got in Star Trek Beyond. That's my goal in building that ship. So I'm really looking forward to that. And going further past that, I'm definitely going to keep doing the build polls so I can get a gauge of what people within the community want to see me do. So if there's any ship builds or any builds in general that you want to see me do, be sure to join the Discord, because that's really the only place right now that I'm taking suggestions. And I'm doing this for a reason, because I can keep all my suggestions together in one place. And also, people coming into the Discord will be able to see this, so they'll have a gauge for what's been requested, and if they see something that they like, they can upvote it. This is going to make it so much easier on me to determine what people want to see. So if I see you, if I respond to your comment and I say join the Discord, that's why, as I'm letting you know to go on there to submit your post. Now, there are some people that don't have Discord and don't want to sign up for it. Now, if that's the case, just let me know, and what I'll end up doing is I'll just take your suggestion and add it into the Discord, so this way other people can upvote it. But you'd have to also take into consideration that you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you don't join the Discord, because then you can't vote on the builds that you want to see done. So definitely take that in consideration. I hope to see you guys join the Discord. We've got a great community that we're building up. There's a lot of sections there where you can post your own builds as well. And it's just a great community to be with. I really enjoy talking to everybody that's in the Discord. Every once in a while we do we do like a movie night, which I actually haven't done that in a while. I think we're going to be doing another movie night here in the not too distant future. I'll post something on Discord. I'll try to find something that may be a little bit more festive related to Star Trek that we can watch. That would be pretty cool. But I think that'll be coming up too. But Also, no, there's a lot of other builds that I want to do too, even outside of pools and stuff. There's a couple of ships that were in Picard Season 2 that I'm really honestly fascinated by how they look. The Excelsior remake or redesign or whatever they call it, but the new Excelsior that they had in Picard Season 2 is a pretty attractive ship. The only thing I don't like about it is the oval on it. I would have given it just a standard circular saucer. Um, and if and when that build ever comes up, I'll get into why we'd be making that change. But there's a couple other ship builds that I'm definitely have a lot of passion to do. Um, so I'm getting really excited some of the stuff we've got coming up here on the channel in the future. I've had a couple of people in the past ask me if I'm doing any Starship Evo builds right now. To be honest with you, right now I'm just taking a long break from Starship Evo. I'm waiting for them to add in more stuff. I think that game has a ton of potential, and when I played it in the beginning, I really enjoyed it. But the problem with Starship Evo is that once you get your ship build completed, yeah, it's fun to fly it around and whatnot, but after that, there's not that much to do. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what they're going to do with the game. And I'm not going to lie, I spent a good 3 months learning how to design a perfect circle on Starship Evo. And I'm not kidding you, the day that I posted a tutorial on how to do it on YouTube, and I also uploaded the file on Steam, they patched the game. So my video that I put up and the file that I put up on Steam was basically useless. And I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty salty about it, because I've seen other people that they were able to do this in the past, again, before they patched it, and I had actually reached out to some of those people asking how they were able to do the perfect circle. One of them was nice enough to respond to me, and I was able to figure it out. I was like, if I've had this much problems with it, I want to show other people how to do that too. And then they patched it. I don't know. Starship Evo is a fun game. There's some things I want them to do with it first before I'd come back into it. Put it that way. And we'll see if they do it. Oh, I'd like them to see them add more just building content in general. And I've suggested it up and down, left and right, being able to add in the option where you can make perfect circles. I think that's something that community would really enjoy having, and just a reason to build a ship and go out and explore the universe other than just mine stuff. I've said this in the past. Starship Evo, if they do it right, Starship Evo could be a wonderful blend between Minecraft and No Man's Sky. Because one of my problems with No Man's Sky is that it's cool that you can build your bases and stuff, but like the real appeal to that game would have been if you could have designed your ships from scratch. And I think that there's a niche there that is being missed, and hopefully Starship Evo will hit it. We'll see. Maybe there'll be another game that'll come out that'll do it. But I think for right now, Minecraft is going to be my main game. I am going to put out some more Planet Coaster videos in the future too. I've got a couple of rides I want to redo my videos for, Jaws and also Ghostbusters. I want to redo those because when I did those original videos, it was when I still had my old computer. But anyway, I do want to briefly get back on what we got going on here. You can see that we're just working with the template that we had to go off of, with exception of the Dixon Hill building itself. We did just redesign that. But everything else, we're just kind of adding in some pinstriping, and then we're adding in the yellow windows. And then we also added in some street light fixtures. Now, the reason I'm doing the windows in yellow is because I was trying to think of like old-time movies, like back in the day, for like maybe like between like the 30s and 60s. And I just kind of like imagine like at night, these windows, they wouldn't be white. It would have like a yellow hue to them. And that's kind of where I came up with the idea. I was like, okay, that's how I'm going to do these windows in this room. I'm just going to have them be yellow and call it a day. And I think that adds like a nice mood to the room itself. It doesn't feel like a traditional modern room. I think having those yellow windows kind of brings it back a little bit. And we're not doing anything super crazy. We're just making sure that we follow our template that we're setting. We're doing 2x2s for the windows for this back one, and we're doing 2 high and with a row in between. We're 3 wide and 2 high. And that corner looks really nice, and we've got our nice little street in place. That looks pretty good. I'm going to try to add a couple of windows on this room here and see how that comes out. And I think we're having some technical difficulties with the recording. There we go. Came back. Just had to think about it for a minute. The only thing I don't like about those windows is that they do look much smaller in comparison to the other ones. I mean, those first 3 buildings there, that looks pretty solid. If we can just do that for the remaining ones, I think we'll actually be in good shape. But I mean, that's pretty much almost spot on with the screenshot. We've just got a little bit left here to do in this room, and I mean, that's pretty much going to be it. But I do think that's going to wrap us up today. We shot through 20 minutes, and I just want to thank you all again for tuning in today's episode. And if you did enjoy this content, please help me out. Hit that like and subscribe button, helping me in supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. And new subscribers, don't forget to hit that bell, hit notifications on, so you always get notified when my new videos drop. And speaking of new videos, you can usually catch my new Minecraft episodes dropping Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you have any questions regarding today's episode, be sure to drop a comment below. I definitely love hearing from everybody, either in YouTube or in Discord. Any build suggestions, be sure to post them in Discord. And yeah, I think that's just going to do it today. I just want to thank you all again, and I hope everybody has a happy and safe week. And of course, what did you make? What did you build today? Post your pictures. I want to see them.